Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for another devotional. Today we're in John chapter 5. I'm going to read verses 30 through 32, but I recommend reading just all the way through the end of the chapter. I'm going to discuss, or try to discuss, all of that right here today. Remember, Jesus at this moment now is presenting a case before the religious leaders about who he is, that he is the Messiah, the Son of God, a deity. And right here, we're going to get more into this scene, okay? It's going to feel like you walked into a courtroom, all right? So he says, Jesus, I can do nothing of my own. I hear and I judge, and my judgment is just because I seek not my own will, but the will of him who sent me. If I alone bear witness about myself, my testimony is not true. So now we feel like we've entered the courtroom, right? There is another who bears witness about me, and I know that the testimony that he bears about me is true. And then he's going to continue with this line of reasoning. So in this part of Jesus' speech, he transitions from who he claims to be to evidence about those claims. And verses 30 through 47 feel like we just entered a courtroom. And because most of us have watched courtroom proceedings for the last 6 weeks or so, we should know that Jesus' evidence right here is far more substantial than anything presented in the Murdaugh trial. In Jesus' defense, he presents 3 eyewitnesses and their testimony to defend that he is actually a deity, the Son of God, a Messiah. Now, first is the prophet John the Baptist and his declarations about him, which Jewish authorities had already investigated if you turn back the pages of John. Second, Jesus' own works and wonders, of course, which a divine being could only accomplish. And then third, he points to Moses and the writings of the Holy Scriptures, which actually tell of a coming Messiah, which was their book, by the way. So he points back to their book. So what Jesus is clarifying is that they got evidence. And it's not even circumstantial evidence. It's real and actual evidence. Eyewitness testimony, by the way. Moses testified. The Holy Scriptures testify. The prophet John testifies. The works and the wonders, they testify about Jesus. And they have seen much of this, by the way, firsthand. Exhibit A, of course, is the lame man. Now, there's no doubt that these guys knew who that lame man was. He had been lame for like 4 decades. They probably walked past him every day. And he, that lame man, came back to Jewish authorities after he found out it was Jesus that healed him, and then he testified. So we're given another eyewitness that Jesus was the one who actually performed the healing, that he was doing the works and wonders. The point is this, all right? If 12 jurors can find Alex Murdaugh guilty of killing his wife and son with circumstantial evidence at best, which is that Snapchat video recording with his voice on it that puts him near the scene just moments before the murder, if they can convict him of that, convict him guilty, then this should mean that we and these religious leaders here should be able to convict Jesus of being the Son of God, because there's a mountain of evidence that's far more substantial and less circumstantial. So, guys, make today the day you stop doubting and believe. And believe in Jesus. And then look around. You might witness a miracle. I love you guys. I pray this has blessed you. If it has, share it with someone else. And I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.